Yes, sir, Ski. You are tuned in to another edition of Infinite Vibes, provided by Taste and powered by Dash Radio. I'm Moran, the man. DJ B-Lex is in the building as well. Excuse me, I got tongue tied because she's so fresh.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
got,
that.
You know what I'm saying? Sis is so clean. You know what I'm saying? But we're in the presence of somebody who's just clearly doing this thing. DC, DMV, Maryland, whatever you want to call it, a place of sauce is in the building. Please introduce yourself to our listeners.
My name is KingPen Slim, straight out of DC, the DMV area, and I'm more than blessed to be here. Thanks for having me, bro.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Now, KingPen.
KingPen, yeah.
You got to stand on that. What is KingPen?
First it was, you see her spell it with the E, but first I had it with the I, and when I was younger, just to make a rack of like drug references and shit as I started to grow.
I'm a drug dealer.
Yeah. I was just being blatant with it, you know what I'm saying?
Come arrest me.
Indicted hotline, you know what I'm saying? But now as I grew up, I started to, my mind started to grow a little bit, and I wanted to write. So KingPen of the Ink Pen is what it's about. I'm a writer as well.
You're a writer.
You know what I'm saying? Like known for the lyrics and stuff like that.
So you twisted it around and made it your own.
Yeah, man. You got so much power in the tongue. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Absolutely, man.
You gotta be careful what you call yourself. You can't be calling yourself Big Killer and then get mad when you get life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
you gotta think about that. Not real shit.
murder.
Real shit. I mean, definitely free C murder, but you see, they use that shit against him too. Free the big dog.
Absolutely, man. So, just talk to us about, your approach to music. Like, how did you really step into the music as a whole? Because we know that DC is just a melting pot of culture, period. So.
Absolutely, and I got a little bit more melting pot of that. So, my family's wasn't Indian.
Okay.
And my uncle is he's a big calypso star back home in our country of St. Kitts. There's about 50,000 people in the country. But he's probably the biggest musical star from the country in the history of the country. My father played in the band, you're talking steel pan band, that type shit. So that was in me from early. And then obviously growing up in DC, you catch go-go vibes. And DC is one of those cities too, like everything converges in DC. You feel me? Like, because you got Howard, so you got all these different people that come from different places. It's a big college town, right? But even more than that, geographically, DC is the East Coast and DC is the South, technically, you know what I'm saying? Like slaves were sold there. So you get a little bit of everything. We didn't necessarily have one way. Right. Like Atlanta's Atlanta music or, LA is the West Coast and you kind of knew the vibe. DC was catching a little bit of everything. So you hear that influence in me. Like I got a little bit of everything with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that also is the reason for why? Because I do feel like fashion-wise, DC is killing everybody. Like I feel like
I do. I think we dress, and I didn't mean that from an arrogant standpoint. Very humble, but I've been a lot of places. DC definitely know how to dress.
Y'all made Chicago the phone pause cool. Like DC.
Oh, that's where it stemmed from.
Wale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Wale.
Fire.
Shout out to Wale. But dressing is a big thing in DC for sure, especially on my side of town. Uptown is where I'm from. It's the northwest side of town. It's the fashionable side of the DMV. So we take a lot of pride in that shit. You know what I'm saying? You see the laces. I got to take the laces out and make it hit the shit. So it's important. It's very important. And your style, your style kind of introduces you before you introduce yourself. So
yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, some real
and
shit.
it's like you just so happen to match our logo too.
You feel what I'm saying? I mean, it's the synergy.
That's crazy.
It's the synergy.
I didn't even think about that.
Everything blue. You know what I'm saying? It's a blue situation.
Right.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Now, being that you are like a KingPen, you know what I'm saying, heavy on the pen.
Yeah.
Do you write for anybody?
Yeah. I got a few placements. You know what I'm saying? Do you enjoy writing for people? Not as much as I thought I would.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, if we being honest, I'm getting ready to come out with a project. We get to that later, but you had COVID, so that was a year, but maybe for like a year and a half before COVID, I just ran around being a writer. I ran around being a writer. And the thing about being a writer for any artist that's listening, it's easy to get in the room as a writer. It's a little bit easier to get in the room as a writer than it is as an artist sometimes. Yes. So I was in a lot of rooms and seen a lot of shit and done a lot of things. But ultimately, it was fun. But I just think the way a lot of the situations turned out, you just wait. And just like anything with artistry, too, you just putting a rack of records on somebody's computer and just waiting for them to pick on, waiting for them to go. It wasn't really my thing. So not that I wouldn't do it again, but I felt like I needed to get some more things established for myself. So I went back home. and got a business booming. Business is doing real well, and so I came back at it on the artist side.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you were tired of what? Just waiting for records to get placed or to come out?
I think I took a few years just as a man to be of service to other people. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, you know, if you want to be served, you have to be a servant. So
Right.
I did. I took about a year and a half to actually stay with my grandma, who was she just started having Alzheimer's, and so I stayed with her, and that humbled me a lot. You know, just seeing my grandma just like deteriorate, but being like one of the main caretakers. You talking about in the prime of my life too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I didn't do it for financial reasons. I did it for family reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So stay there. Grandma she might be walking naked. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? I did that, and then just because, you know, just even with myself, you know, sometimes you got to self-check yourself. I felt like maybe up to that point, I was having some ego issues, and you know what I'm saying, just some different things that I need to check within myself. So like I said, I did that, and then after that, I had an artist that we picked up, and we got him signed over at a label, and so I just came in on some like big bro shit,
Right.
and ended up being like one of the main writers on the project. So I would be down here all the time, you know what I'm saying, going in with all the producers and getting his records right, and then that branched into different writing opportunities and stuff. So I would say for probably maybe 2-3 years of my life, I just kind of like helped other people's vision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not really mine, you know what I mean? And then it kind of came back to, okay, and I saw the blessings of that come to me though, you know what I'm saying? Because like other things just started happening, and now I'm in that position where I can do it freely. I can make the music freely, with integrity too, because I ain't broke. You know,
congratulations! Clap it up. He's not broke. Clap it up.
And I didn't mean that from a bragging standpoint either. But you know how like artists, what they do is like I feel like artists make music out of desperation for financial reasons. And,
Right.
And you know, when you kind of already got your little situation situated, you get to actually do what you want to do with the music, and it's more authentic that way.
Right.
I feel like that's the overall goal. Like we're all, you know, striving just for freedom.
You understand what I'm saying? And see, that's rich though.
Yeah.
Freedom is that's the currency.
That
You know
is
what I'm
the
saying?
currency,
That's
yeah.
more than the actual money. It's the currency is actually being able to do what you want to do, the passionate. So you might make, let's just say you make 50,000, but you're free. You know what I'm saying? And somebody else makes, I don't know, 200,000, but they not free. You might actually be richer than that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about it like that. So, you know, not to put a particular number on anything, but that's the life. I'm free right now. So I move like I'm free. I live like I'm free. And that's a blessing.
Yeah, that's a blessing. Because for me, I like my time.
You feel what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I like to do what I want when I want.
I might be at 1 o'clock in the house watching The Chi, smoking some weed on Tuesday.
That's your freedom, though.
Straight up.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? Like, this
That makes
shit
you
is
happy.
lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, it's more than a blessing.
But if you don't get that opportunity, you go insane. You're stressed out. You snapping on people. So.
But, you know, life is like that, though. Life will, when it's your time for that shit to happen, it's going to happen. It's, you know, some things shook up in my world. I had like a whole thing, like a whole structure, and then everything changed. Had a girl, we broke up. You know what I'm saying? Had a situation, it all fell through. And then, you know, but the rebuild was just like, boom. Sweet. You know what I'm saying?
You had to go through that to get to this
You
point.
feel what I'm saying? It had to all fall down to kind of, you know what I'm saying, start building it back up. And I'm more than grateful.
Yeah. So speaking of building back up, you let us know that you are working on a project
Absolutely.
that will be blessing our ears pretty soon.
For sure.
Talk to us about it, my G. What can we
Okay.
expect?
Project is called Blurred Lines, and you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of postulates on there. It's a lot of manifestation, if you will. Some financial literacy, of course, some street shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the essence of what we doing. But ultimately, I feel like this project is anybody that hears it, I'm a nigga you can learn from. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can learn from a lot of people. So a lot of people that I listen to, I'm not learning from them, even if I like them.
Right.
They're not necessarily teaching me anything. And I feel like I aim to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like drop some gems on somebody that can spark that shit and be like, plant that seed in somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Even with my gram, that's how I run my gram. It's all about like planting seeds in other people. Because I figured some shit out, and I would hope that I could have figured it out earlier too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, let me tell other people, because I don't think people understand some of these things. We got these things that we learn, but what about the shit that we got to unlearn?
Right.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
That's important
That
too.
part.
Like even like think about it like this, right? Just off on a tangent, but they tell us go to college, and I'm not saying that that's not the right thing to do, But technically, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get to the bag, you don't necessarily have to go to college. You know what I'm saying? You literally can go get a trade, and by the time that nigga get out of college, you done already made $250,000.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And he owes $250,000. Right. So why are they telling us to go to college so much? Or what are you going to college for? You know what I'm saying? People go to college and they don't even have a plan. They just tell you to go to college. What are you trying to do? See, I would tell somebody that's going to school, you need to be looking at this shit like a way to increase your network. It's supposed to be an opportunity for you to get out of your bubble, wherever the fuck you from, and meet other people in other places and increase your network. Your network is your net worth. So now you might got a friend in LA, you got a friend in Atlanta, you got some friends in Chicago, you got some friends in New York, and everybody being successful. You don't want to go to school and owe these people X amount of dollars for some shit that you can't make no money off of.
That part.
You really wasted your time and you just became a slave to their hustle.
Right.
Because that's a hustle for them.
That's a business.
You feel what I'm saying?
It's the
College
ultimate
is for
pyramid
sure
scheme.
business. So if
The
talk
ultimate.
to it.
Your college ain't got nothing on Forex. Boy.
What is you saying? You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it's just like.
But I went to college too. But
And there ain't nothing against college.
I did go to
But I'm
college.
not,
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm
I
saying?
agree with you.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
do agree with both of you
Not
guys.
against college. I'm just saying, like, what are you going for? They don't tell you that. They just say go to college. Like that's gonna be the fucking gravy train because our parents did that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
you want to know why they do that is because of where we came from. So we didn't have the privilege to go to school.
Which is absolutely right.
I think we strive so hard back in, you know, from the 60s to the 2000s.
Exactly.
We strive so hard to sit at the table with the other people that it just became more about that than so the actually understanding the plan, which is creating generational wealth.
Think about
having
it.
freedom. Like they
Talk
just
about
like,
it.
oh, we just want to sit at the table. We just want to be a part.
We fought so hard
Yeah.
against segregation, you know. But what was segregation? Was segregation really a bad thing? Kinda, sorta. But it would have been us building our own fucking communities, being with ourselves. See, I'm about to get on a tangent. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole
That's
nother
a good
thing.
talk, right.
You know what I'm saying? We pressed to be with these motherfuckers. They don't even fuck with us. So we should have just been like, all right, fuck y'all. Y'all got y'all shit. We got our shit, and let's build.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got these black cities and these thriving black places. Think about DC. When DC was a chocolate city, DC used to be 70% black. DC is now 49% black. Every city is doing that. Everything is changing. Now it's blending. Even hip hop culture. It's not just ours anymore. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop culture, hip hop is now pop for real.
Right.
Yeah. Hip hop is the
It's
leading
the number one
music
genre
for
in
sure.
the world. Yeah.
Go see a car full of some white boys riding by. I bet you they listen to Lil Baby. They ain't listening to no fucking. That's not like that no more. You see what I'm saying? Everybody fuck with hip hop. So
Right.
you know, you just gotta understand our power and understand our worth, man. We black, and one drop of black make you black in any race you mix with. You feel what I'm saying? If I go fuck up something and we have a baby, it's a black baby.
It's a black baby.
Think about our genes.
It's not
Think
look the same.
You
Yeah,
feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? Think
yeah.
of how good we be looking, man. You see some people, they be 60 and shit, they look good.
Yeah.
Black people look good. These other people don't do that. So, you know, I just want the best for our people, and I want to do some contributing to the culture for real.
But back to what he was saying with speaking to people to teach them something, right? I just feel like music has went so far away from that.
Yeah, no
we
question.
still have like the Kendricks, the J. Coles, and people like that. But like that's what made people like Tupac so special because he understand that sparking that brain
You feel what I'm saying?
was going to.
He said it. He
Yeah.
said, man, I might not change the world, but I'll spark the brain of somebody who would. And speaking of J. Cole, like, think of something like that. That's a nigga. Okay, I'm not even going to say this is my favorite fucking rapper, but Love Yours, I learned a lot from that song. I was like, damn, he's talking some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always chasing some shit that ain't ours.
Yes.
And we don't even appreciate the shit right in our face. It might be, that could be a woman that love you. That could be your family. That could be your friends. Because
Right.
we always want more. But we don't even be loving the shit that we got.
Love yours.
Love yours, man. So, you know, it's
real.
a little bit different when you can listen to somebody and actually take some shit from it and apply it to your life and make you a better person.
Right.
You know?
So I'm excited to hear your music because
Absolutely. We're excited to hear your music.
Absolutely. Thank
Hopefully we'll get will we get blessed with some bars? Hopefully.
right.
Yeah, man, I'm going to give y'all something.
Oh,
Man.
okay,
I got
there we
you.
go.
I got
Hey, we
you
gonna get
now.
some bars.
Damn.
No, we gonna get some bars. He's on record.
Don't ever say I ain't getting you nothing.
All right, he's on record. So, you know, we always like to end these with just, positive words or affirmation.
Absolutely.
So what are some advice that you can give to anybody that's just on their come up trying to get like you, big dog?
Any artist, make sure you got some money coming in. Don't believe in that dream of that starving artist shit. It don't make no sense. You need money in this game. You need money to be able to move around. and you just need money in your own life, especially as a man. I think men's job is to get some money. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a job of a man. And I don't mean, you got to be the richest person, but you got to be able to provide something. You're not really a man if you're not putting no food on the table. In my humble opinion, that's no disrespect to nobody else. So, get some other shit going outside of music. And think about these artists that you listen to. They got a lot of shit going outside of music. Yeah. A lot of shit going outside of music. And that's how you build your portfolio. Because the dream is they selling the dream like, all right, you come out here, you rap, and then you get all this money. And in some cases, that's true. But in more cases, often than not, you see a lot of people diversifying. Even think about somebody like a Gucci and all the artists he got. And, I just seen Lil Baby on a Rockstar commercial. They probably paid that man $1 million to sell that damn energy drink. Whatever the case may be, they paid him more to do that shit than it was for him to do a show. Even though we know he getting money off the shows too. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people, financial literacy is a big thing for us. And a lot of times we fall for the okie doke, we fall for the 1-2, but truth be told, get you some money. You always gonna be stronger when you got some business kicking, and you can come into the room and grab your nuts a little bit, and you ain't got to, bend over. You know what I'm saying, for a couple of dollars,
right? Looking
like a motherfucking trick. You know what I'm saying?
That's some wise words, though. I love that.
Real shit.
People need to hear that.
Real shit. You don't catch me dancing on no table for no record deal. You crazy?
All right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, KingPen Slim, we definitely appreciate you for pulling up on us.
Yes,
Please give our listeners your social media. Let them know how they can get in contact with you, and let us know what record you want us to play, bro, because we're finna pipe you up.
Absolutely. It's KingPen Slim. You can follow me on the gram. That's at KingPen Slim, KingPen Slim. I got the album coming out August 17th. That's my birthday. I'm a Leo.
Hey.
So I need y'all to get that. You know what I'm saying? We got the pre-order link popping off any second now. Make sure y'all follow me. The album is Blurred Lines. It's 10 songs. You see what I'm on, and so that's going to translate in the music for sure. I got a merch package coming for everybody, and tap in with me, man. One thing about me, I like to talk to people. So talk to me, I talk back.
That part. What song you want us to play, my G?
Damn. What song do y'all have?
Hey, man, it's up to you.
Whatever y'all got, I'm going to give y'all Slide.
Hey, Slide. KingPen Slim is up right now. And we also going to need that merch when you drop it.
For sure.
Right after we play this record, we coming back with some bars or something, as he says.
Yeah, we going to do something.